What if I told you that a phone that doesn't even exist, yet is already changing the entire smartphone industry? Apple's iPhone Fold hasn't been announced, hasn't been shown to the public, and won't hit stores for at least October of this year. But somehow, this mystery device is causing every major Android manufacturer to scramble and redesign their upcoming foldable phones. Samsung is preparing a brand new wide fold model specifically to compete with Apple's rumored design. Honor is bringing back their affordable foldable series after skipping it for years. Even Oppo is reportedly jumping back into the wide foldable game. The crazy part, we're talking about companies with billions of dollars in research and development changing their entire product roadmaps based on rumors and leaks. Today we're diving deep into how Apple's iPhone Fold is reshaping the foldable phone market before it even exists. We'll break down the leaked specs, examine why everyone wants to copy Apple's approach, and explore what this means for the future of foldable phones. Let's start with what we actually know about the iPhone Fold from the latest leaks and analyst reports. According to GF Securities analyst Jeff Pugh, Apple's first foldable will feature a 7.8-inch inner display when opened. This isn't just any 7.8-inch screen though, it's designed with a completely different aspect ratio than most current Android foldables. Where devices like the Samsung Z Fold series have square-ish internal displays, Apple is going with a wider 4:3 aspect ratio. Think of it like holding an iPad that can fold in half. That's essentially what Apple is aiming for. The external display will be 5.3 inches, which is notably smaller and different from the narrow cover screens we see on current foldables. Instead of trying to mimic a regular phone when closed, Apple seems to be embracing a more compact, wider form factor. The iPhone Fold is expected to run on Apple's A20 Pro chipset with 12 gigs of RAM. It'll feature dual 48-megapixel cameras on the back and 18-megapixel selfie cameras on both the inner and outer displays. One interesting detail is that Apple might bring back Touch ID for this device, possibly integrated into the power button. Now here's where things get really interesting. Samsung's response to these rumors. According to reports from Korean publication ET News, Samsung is developing a device internally called the Wide Fold. This isn't just another Z Fold variant, it's a completely new form factor designed specifically to compete with Apple's approach. Samsung plans to produce around 1 million units of this wide fold, which would be the largest initial production run for a Samsung Special Edition model in 3 years. The wide fold will feature a 7.6-inch foldable display with that same 4:3 aspect ratio Apple is rumored to be using. The cover screen will be 5.4 inches, almost identical to Apple's rumored 5.3-inch external display. Samsung is so serious about this that they're planning to launch the wide fold alongside the regular Z Fold 8 and Flip 8 at their Q3 Unpacked event in July. This is a major departure from Samsung's usual strategy of staggering special edition releases. But Samsung isn't the only company making moves. Honor, which had been quiet in the foldable space, is reportedly working on their own wide foldable design. According to sources cited by Huawei Central, Honor is reviving their VS series specifically to compete with the iPhone Fold. The VS series used to offer more affordable foldable options, but Honor hasn't updated it since 2024. Now they're bringing it back with this new wide form factor. Oppo is also rumored to be developing a similar design, marking a return to the wider foldable format they experimented with in their earlier generation devices. So why is everyone suddenly copying a design that originated with Google's original Pixel Fold? The answer lies in Apple's incredible influence on the smartphone market. When Apple enters a new product category, they don't just participate, they often redefine what consumers expect from that category. Remember how the original iPhone changed what we expected from smartphones? Or how the iPad created the modern tablet market? Apple has a track record of taking existing concepts and making them mainstream through superior design and marketing. The foldable phone market has been dominated by Samsung for years, but it's remained relatively niche. Total global foldable shipments are still just a fraction of regular smartphone sales. But when Apple enters this market, industry analysts expect it to grow significantly. Ming-Chi Kuo, a renowned Apple analyst, predicts Apple could sell 8 to 10 million iPhone Fold units in its first year. That might not sound huge compared to regular iPhone sales, but it would represent a significant chunk of the entire foldable market. Samsung shipped just over 6 million foldable devices total last year across all their models. So Apple entering with nearly 10 million units would fundamentally change the competitive landscape. The form factor choice is also strategic for Apple. The 4:3 aspect ratio, when unfolded, essentially gives users an iPad mini experience that fits in their pocket. This plays perfectly into Apple's ecosystem strategy. You get the iPhone experience when closed and the iPad experience when opened. For content consumption, productivity apps, and multitasking, this wider format makes more sense than the narrow, phone-like displays of current Android foldables. Samsung and other manufacturers are recognizing that Apple might be onto something with this approach. The current book-style foldables with narrow outer screens and square inner displays create a somewhat awkward user experience. You get a cramped phone experience when closed and a weird square tablet experience when opened. Apple's approach might solve both problems: a more usable outer display and a more natural inner display for both productivity and entertainment. The timeline for all these devices is getting quite compressed. Apple is expected to announce the iPhone Fold in September alongside the iPhone 18 Pro models. Samsung wants to have their wide fold ready around the same time, launching at their July Unpacked event. Honor and other manufacturers are also rushing to get their wide foldables to market. This creates an interesting situation where we might see multiple wide foldables launching within months of each other, all trying to beat or match Apple's design. The competition is already driving innovation beyond just form factor. Samsung's wide fold is rumored to be easier to manufacture than their upcoming trifold device, which suggests they've refined their production processes. Honor bringing back an affordable option could make wide foldables accessible to more consumers. This competitive pressure benefits everyone as companies push to offer better features, improved durability, and more competitive pricing. We're also seeing interesting technical decisions across these devices. Apple's choice to include Touch ID alongside Face ID suggests they're thinking about the unique challenges of foldable authentication. Samsung's decision to produce 1 million units shows they're betting big on consumer demand for this form factor. The camera specifications across these devices are also getting more sophisticated, with manufacturers recognizing that foldables need to deliver flagship-level photography. The iPhone Fold situation perfectly shows how Apple continues to influence the entire smartphone industry, even before releasing a product. We're watching Samsung, Honor, Oppo, and others completely rethink their foldable strategies based on rumors and leaks about Apple's approach. This isn't just about copying Apple, it's about recognizing that Apple might have identified the right form factor to make foldables truly mainstream. The wide foldable design offers a more natural user experience for both phone and tablet use cases. If Apple succeeds in making foldables popular with this design, everyone else needs to be ready to compete. The next year will be fascinating to watch as all these wide foldables hit the market. We'll finally see whether Apple's approach resonates with consumers, or if the current narrow foldable design was actually better. Either way, the competition will drive better products, more features, and hopefully lower prices for everyone. What do you think about this wide foldable trend? Do you prefer the current narrow designs, or does Apple's wider approach sound more appealing? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more coverage of the foldable phone wars. I'll be following all these devices closely as they launch over the next year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.